Twisted Metal! I love Twisted Metal. I played Twisted Metal 4, which is arguably the worst one, all the time when I was a kid. So this is amazing. But I never thought they would make a whole show about it though. Either way it goes, I just knew I had to review it. Also, this is my first trailer analysis, so don't judge me. This is Twisted Metal. So the Twisted Metal games were very dark and mature, but still had a cartoony kind of feel. And I feel like this captures that very well. Looking a lot like the most recent game that came out in 2012, with a mix of Twisted Metal 2 because of the world tour. Right at the beginning we see John Doe from Twisted Metal Black. In that game he's a prisoner that has amnesia and gets tricked by Calypso to participate in Twisted Metal in order to have the life he always wanted. But at the end of his story it turns out that he was an undercover policeman with a wife and kids the whole time. And he only gets amnesia by trying to save a building from exploding, and he gets caught in the crossfire. Calypso, being the twisted dude he is, knew that and manipulated him into playing so he could have another contestant. This version is played by Anthony Mackie, which is something I never knew I needed, and his vehicle Roadkill that made its debut in the first installment back in the first game, who was driven by another person. Yeah, Roadkill had a good amount of drivers back in the day. Then he goes to pick which song he wants to listen to right before he shoots at nothing. Literally nothing. And I will say I really do wish they played Rob Zombie, that would have been dope. But at the same time, I understand why they didn't. You know, they're trying to bring in a new audience and things like that, which in turn would bring in more games, and that's what we all want, so it's not too bad. Next, we see the back of the vehicle that has a Got Milk sticker, which is random, and the name Evelyn on his license plate, which is someone that's not from any games that I know of. The only thing I can think of is in Twisted Metal Black, it's revealed that John Doe actually had a family, and he did have a daughter, so maybe that could be his daughter in the show? I really have no idea. All I know is that it's either going to be someone new or someone from the games that's never been expanded upon. Next we see this cool shot of Roadkill, which brings so much nostalgia for me, by the way. And it shows that infamous Twisted Metal 1 logo. And after all that, we take a closer look at Sweet Tooth's van and it looks amazing. Peacock made small alterations to the van as well, like adding a window towards the back of it and moving the ice cream menu over to the left of it. Then the camera pans closer to the back and we take a brief look inside, which is something that's never been seen before in any game, or at least not to my knowledge, so that's pretty cool. It has a bunch of used machete and other slashing weapons hanging up on the wall on top of a cooler, which is so unsanitary, you know, tisk tisk. And we finally see Sweet Tooth himself before the flaming hair, dressed in his infamous Twisted Metal Black attire. For anyone who doesn't know, in Black, Needles Kane, formerly known as Sweet Tooth, is a mass murderer that has a curse put on him by a pastor because of his evil antics, which is why he has the flaming hair. He was given the option to be free from the flaming curse, but he could only do that if he gave up on killing people. And to that he said no, God please no, and killed him right then and there in order to become the greatest killer alive. Pretty dark, huh? Because of that, I doubt it'll happen, but I hope that means we get to see his origins from the games adapted on the big screen too. And just like that, it ends. But that doesn't mean I am. Here's everything we know about the show so far. It's an action comedy and it's gonna have 10 episodes. And apparently John Doe is a milkman of all things, and he's tasked with delivering some kind of package in order for him to have a better life. With the catch being that he has to drive across the battlefield that Twisted Metal is taking part of. Which, by the way, that has Calypso all over it. I'm pretty sure he's the person that tasked him to do that. Along the way, we're going to see Aiden Stone from Twisted Metal 1, but he's most likely going to look how he did in Twisted Metal Black. And someone named Quiet, who's completely new. But I personally think she's going to turn out to be Dollface. And if I'm somehow right, y'all owe me 3 burgers each. And they'll battle other drivers as they make their way across the country. Which is awesome! That's Twisted Metal 2! I'm so glad they did their homework because holy crap, that's arguably the best game in the series. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is to it right now. Like, it was a small 1 minute teaser. You know, there's not that much in it at all, which sucks. I cannot wait until there's more out there, because best believe I'm covering it. So if you do too, then like and subscribe, because I got you. You can put your faith in me. And on that note, I'm finally gonna go eat now, so I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.